Along with setting the standard for action games among its PlayStation 1 peers, the impact of Resident Evil would even be felt into the Dreamcast's lifetime. Carrier would follow the formula to a T, Alone in the Dark The New Nightmare would be ported over, and even Resident Evil would receive its own entry with Code Veronica. But Blue Stinger is perhaps the strangest, starting as a Resident Evil clone in Japan, yet receiving significant tweaks upon its Western launch, courtesy of Activision. It is almost a different game, but is it an improvement? 65 million years ago, a meteorite crashes into the ocean and catastrophically wipes out the dinosaurs. Of course, paving the way for humans, by the year 2000 an island begins to emerge where the collision happened, giving it the name Dinosaur Island. Now in 2018, a scary prospect that games set in the future are catching up to real life, Elliot Ballard is vacationing near the island. But when an object falls from the sky, it encapsulates the island in a strange force field while trapping Ballard within. Now it's up to him, as well as ferry driver Dogs, island technician Janine, and Spectral Force Nephilim, to discover the source of this strange occurrence. Fundamentally, Blue Stinger absorbs a lot of the tenets of Resident Evil. As you navigate Elliot and Dogs through the environment, you unlock more of the island by collecting objects such as keycards, and backtracking is a given. Elliot and Dogs come equipped with starter weapons, a pistol and a bowgun, respectively, which along with weapons collected along the way, allow you to shoot hordes of mutated nasties between. Moving utilises the same tank controls too, giving the impression of a very Resi style game. But as you begin to uncover a lot of Blue Stinger, that initial impression drastically changes. For starters, Blue Stinger is far more action heavy. Whereas killing monsters is usually handicapped by ammo limitations in this type of game, here you can collect currency to use at vending machines, which allow you to buy ammo, weapons and healing items. This might seem like a mistake, removing the tension created by ammo conservation, but it actually lends Blue Stinger an action movie feel. But the game doesn't skimp on difficulty, with vicious enemies causing quite significant damage, and save points and vending machines are spread far enough apart, combined with respawning enemies, to cause concern. The other big change is the camera. The original Japanese release relied on a cinematic camera, switching views as you move through the environment, but it was criticised by the press before the release in the West. Instead, a new camera system has been implemented, following the character behind the back a la Tomb Raider. It actually works quite well, though it admittedly removes some of the tension, as previously obscured enemies are in full view. But the action feels a bit crisper, making Blue Stinger less Resident Evil and more Space Harrier. The only downside is the more cramped rooms, which are a nightmare to navigate as a result. There's also something charming about Blue Stinger's odd collision of the macabre and the comedic. The hulking monstrosities you encounter, with sharp limbs sticking out and eyes nearly popping out, spew coins upon defeat. Near the start of the game, most of the action takes place in a shopping area, complete with cheery Christmas music, colourful shelvings, and even a tie-in to Pen Pen Tri-Isolon. The story concerns world-ending mysteries, yet the voice acting is corny and stiff, with some crazy odd lines as Ballard continuously hits on Janine. It's a strange combination, but it makes Blue Stinger memorable and fun. Blue Stinger is a decent showcase of the Dreamcast. The environments are rendered in full 3D, giving everything weight and detail. There's a good mix of more tame environments, such as labs and military installations, with more outlandish locales. The entirety of Hello Market is a bright neon nightmare, mostly due to the grisly foes creeping around every corner. There's also some top gore effects, as puddles of blood form as you damage the creatures. The only downside is the characters aren't the most detailed, with quite stiffly animated cutscenes and dodgy shaped faces. The performance is pretty good too, though some of the gun effects can cause the frame rate to drop. The sound is good too, mainly due to the bombastic and epic score, which fits in with the action, even if it can be a bit overpowering. The sound effects from the sharp guns to the squishy monsters are good too. Blue Stinger takes around 10 hours to polish off, depending how much you opt to explore. There's a few branching moments which, while not affecting the plot, can lead to cool unlockables. Multiple playthroughs yield rewards such as infinite ammo, stranger modes, and even more. There's plenty to sink your teeth into here. Blue Stinger, despite its derivative exterior, is a worthy evolution on the survival horror template. Taking more of an action-based approach, it deftly mixes horror and the goofy to give Climax's game a memorable tone. It helps that it's a robust, lengthy, and challenging adventure, which adds enough wrinkles to help Blue Stinger stand out. If you're not keen on the genre, this one probably won't win you over, and fans looking for constant terror supplied by the likes of Code Veronica may be disappointed too. But if you're looking for a cool adventure for your Dreamcast that has lasting appeal, Blue Stinger is a great time.